The Kvaerner history. Kvaerner has a long-standing tradition, and we're proud of our history. In this section, we'll take you through some highlights in the company's Norwegian heritage. Kvaerner was founded in Norway, in the valley of Lodalen, in Oslo. For many centuries, a river located here had been used to power a number of mills, which is expressed as Kvaerner in the Norwegian language. Kvaerner is a part of Aker ASA and is publicly listed on the Norwegian Stock Exchange. Kvaerner is today a company specialized in engineering, procurement and construction, or EPC, and is focused on realizing some of the world's most demanding projects. Our history and current projects contain a number of examples of advanced projects. But where did this proud history start? We must travel almost 200 years back in time. It all started in 1853 in Oslo. A mechanical workshop was established at that time, namely Kvaerner Brug. In the early days, the production company focused on a series of iron products, such as ploughs for agricultural use, tools, wood-burning stoves, and industrial ovens, household products, and hydroelectric power equipment. Through the early 1900s, Kvaerner grew considerably. We entered the pulp business and also became an important player in locomotive production. We continued to expand further within mechanical manufacturing of iron and steel products. Several acquisitions turned Kvaerner into one of Norway's largest industrial companies in the first half of the 1900s, with a number of different product lines within structures, pumps, turbines, and cranes. During these years, there was another important Norwegian industry company that would come to be closely connected with Kvaerner through many centuries. In 1841, 12 years before Kvaerner Brug was founded, Aker Mechanical Workshop was established. After a start-up period where they produced machines for various manufacturing industries, like ploughs and stoves used in agriculture, the operation was directed towards ships producing steam engines. From 1850 to 1950, Aker grew through an increasing amount of orders and acquisitions. The shipbuilding activity at Aker Mechanical Workshop accelerated, with a number of ships under construction almost continuously. The demand for transporting oil to consumer markets increased at an exponential rate. The Aker Group was at this stage one of the world's largest producers of oil tankers. In the 1960s, Kvaerner Industries established their shipbuilding activities, starting with the acquisition of Moss Shipyard, which was later merged with the Rosenberg Yard in Stavanger, Norway. This was the start of decades of competition between Kvaerner and Aker. Kvaerner started focusing on the oil and gas industry through a revolutionary design for transport of liquefied natural gas, or LNG for short. This design is still in use today. This success made Kvaerner decide to further leverage the opportunities for selling engineering design for such solutions in the international markets. In 1966, 8 engineers formed Kvaerner Engineering in a villa in Lysaker, outside Oslo. Some years later, Kvaerner built the Statfjord B platform, which was towed to the field in 1982. This platform is still in production. Let's return to Aker. Several shipyards along the Norwegian coast were put under the control of Aker. Among these were shipyards and workshops at Stord, in Bergen, and in Trondheim. At the start of the 1970s, Aker started producing supertankers. At this time, the company had a large order backlog for new vessels. Then the global oil crisis came in 1973, which reduced the order backlog to 0 and forced the company to shift focus. The crisis coincided with the discovery of oil and gas under the North Sea, with some of the world's largest offshore oil fields. This gave an opportunity to enter a new era. A new industry was born, and Aker turned around quickly and focused on the oil and gas market. The oil crisis also struck Kvaerner. Primarily, the negative impact was on the company's shipping-related activities, But the global oil crisis also led to reduced trade for most of its other industries. However, Kvaerner's business within turbines maintained a relatively stable level through the crisis years in the middle of the 1970s. As before in the shipbuilding industry, Aker and Kvaerner were now fierce competitors as contractors to the oil and gas industry. While Kvaerner's non-offshore industries were still a major part of the company's business, the oil and gas activities grew to steadily become more dominant. Through the 1980s, Kvaerner Engineering, the Kvaerner Yards, and Kvaerner's manufacturing facilities won contracts with larger and more complex scopes. Through the 1980s and 1990s, Kvaerner expanded its oil and gas-related business with more specialized products and services. We also developed our own business for concrete structures. In the 90s, Kvaerner had become an international player in shipbuilding, oil and gas, pulp and paper, and engineering construction. In the following years, increasing financial and operational difficulties caused major problems for Kvaerner. Meanwhile, the Norwegian fisherman and entrepreneur Kjell Ingerucker had taken interest in both Aker and Kvaerner, and in 1996 he took control in Aker ASA. As for Kvaerner, a mounting financial crisis was solved in 2002 when Rucker and Aker, through its subsidiary Aker Maritime, had acquired control of the company, and the shareholders decided to merge Kvaerner with Aker Maritime. The years after, further streamlining and restructuring took place. In 2004, Aker Kvaerner was launched and listed as a separate entity company. 4 years later, the merged company changed the name to Aker Solutions. On the 6th of May 2011, it was approved that the EPC business for offshore platforms and onshore facilities was placed in a separate listed company under the name Kvaerner. On the 8th of July, Kvaerner ASA was listed at Oslo Stock Exchange, which marked the beginning of a new company with a historic brand. The history shows that Aker and Kvaerner have succeeded because the employees and management have always responded to shifts in the market. Today, the customers ask for more specialized EPC contractors, and the Kvaerner organization is recognized by clients as one of the world's leading contractors for EPC projects. To learn more about the history in your part of the world, please look up relevant information on our web or talk to one of your veteran colleagues. Our company is packed with proud people who write history every day. We stand on a proud history, and we will write new and exciting chapters to that story as we now move forward. The future is bright, and the best projects are yet to come. With you on board, we are better equipped than ever before to face the exciting challenges that lie ahead. Now, please complete this section by doing the tasks that follow.